Hello everyone, today we'll talk about another black box test technique, which is decision table testing. So what is decision table testing? Like we see here, he says that we have different combinations of conditions result in different outcomes. So we have more than one input, more than one condition in my system, and this is a complex thing, and these conditions will result in different outcomes. So let's have an example. You have an exam, okay, and in this exam we have more than one grade. If you get, for example, between 0 and 50, you will fail. Between 50 and 60, you will get a passing grade. Between 60 and 70, good. 70 and 80, very good. And 80 to 100 is excellent. So here, based on the score that you get inside the exam, you will get a different outcome of the system. This is not a yes-no situation, okay? So, for example, like we see here, we have inputs or conditions, okay? And these inputs or conditions come into the system, and depending on them, we have outputs or resulting actions. And this is a black box technique. This is obvious because we have some inputs and outputs, but we don't know anything about the internal structure of our system. So let's have an example. This is a very simple example. We will solve it today so that you understand the technique, and in the next videos we will have some more complicated examples. In this example, we have a store, okay? And in order for you to get a discount, you are going to buy some things, clothes or books or anything. To get a discount, you must have two conditions, okay? You must satisfy these two conditions. The first is you must buy items more than $100. So your cart inside this website, for example, Amazon, must contain items that their price, okay, all of their price is more than $100. The second condition, you must have a gold subscription. So for example, in this website, we have a silver subscription, we have a platinum subscription, anything, but we have also gold subscription. So who is the person who will be eligible to have this discount? This person must buy items more than $100, and he also must have a gold subscription. So in decision table testing, we begin to draw a decision table like this one. But let's think first, here, how much outcomes will happen inside this system? We have a formula that calculates this number, okay? So we say number of table rules, and table rules are the different test cases that will be needed to test this system. The number of table rules equals 2 to the power of n. 2 is for yes or no questions. Is this a yes or no question? Yes. The person may buy more than $100 items, or he may not buy more than $100 items. Also, he may have a gold subscription or may not have a gold subscription. So this is a yes no question, and that's why we have here 2. 2 to the power of n, and n is the number of questions. How many questions do we have here? We have 2 questions. So this will be 2 to the power of 2, which is 4. Okay, if these were 3 questions, for example, so this will change. So for example, if we say you must buy items more than $100, you must have a gold subscription, and for example, you must be a resident of this city, okay, that we are having this discount inside. So these are 3 questions. So here we will have 2 to the power of 3, which is 8, okay? Okay, so this number at the top changes depending on the number of questions. If we have 10 questions, so 2 to the power of 10, which is 1024, which is a big number. That's why we sometimes remove some test cases from this table, and we'll talk about this in next videos. Okay, but when does this number change? 2. Like you see, it is always 2, 2, 2. How can we change it? Or what is the situation that it is changed in? Okay, like we said, 2 is for yes, no questions. But if my question, for example, has yes, no, and maybe. So here we have 3 answers to my questions, okay? So here we will have 3 to the power of number of questions. If we have 2 questions and each one of them was yes, no, or maybe, so it will be 3 to the power of 2, which is 9. Okay, if there are 3 questions, so 3 to the power of 3, which is 27 different situations. Yes, 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 no, yes, no, maybe, and so on. These different combinations that we might have. But in our example, like we said, we have 2 to the power of 2, which is 4. And here we begin to draw our decision table. First, we put our conditions or our inputs. What are the inputs? We may ask the person, did he buy items more than $100? And does he have a gold subscription? These are the conditions or the inputs in my system. And the actions or the outputs that will happen depending on these conditions are apply discount or don't apply discount. Yes or no. These are 2 actions. They may be 3 or 4 or even 10. Like we said in the exam that we said, the example that we said at the beginning, we may have failure, passing, good, very good, and excellent. So these are 5 outcomes. So here, let's begin to fill our decision table. Here, these are called decision rules or table rules. These are 4 table rules. Why are these 4 table rules? Because we have 2 to the power of 2, which is equal to 4. So the first person, more than $100 and gold subscription. We have 4 combinations. We may say 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. What is 1 and 0? Okay, some people say yes and no. This is okay. Some people say true and false. This is also okay. And some people say 1 and 0. Okay, any decision table might have any of these 3 types. So we may say true and false. So this can be true, 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 false, and false, true, and false, false. This is the same. Or yes and no. So when you fill your decision table, choose any one of them. I prefer 1 and 0 because this is used a lot in computers, but some people use yes and no, true and false. Okay, so let's think of the actions or the outputs that will happen in each one of them. The first one, he has more than $100. He is a gold subscriber. So in this case, we will apply the discount. So this person will have the discount. The second one, he will have more than $100, but he is not a gold subscriber, so he will not have a discount. The third person, he did not buy more than $100, but he is a gold subscriber, he will not have a discount. The last person, he did not buy $100 and he is not a gold subscriber, so he will not get a discount. So these are my 4 test cases. Okay, sometimes we test the whole decision table. So we designed 4 test cases and we begin to execute them, compare between the expected result and the actual result. And then if the actual result is different from the expected result, we begin to write our defect reports. Some people try to minimize the decision table. So we may say that our major goal is to test the outcomes, apply discount and don't apply discount. So in this case, I might need only 2 test cases. One for applying the discount and one for the case that I did not apply the discount. So I take this test case, for example, and any one of them. Okay, this or this or this. So this is decision table. In the next videos, we will begin to solve more examples on it. If you have any question, just post it in the Q&A section and I will solve it for you. Thank you and see you in the next video.